Hey guys, it's me, David, and welcome to another episode of You're Not Alone. Um, yeah, so um, once again, this video series was inspired by Little Kuriboh and his video series. We're Still Here, and both the links to his channel and to his playlist will be linked in the video description. And as always, and it's been looking pretty positive so far. Um, this video series is also about depression for those new joining, um, and I just wanted to make sure that if you go through this or know someone who is going through this, friend, family, whatever, um, just it's just to let you guys know that you're not alone and that there are people dealing with this kind of stuff. Some more severe than others, but in the end, it's still a battle that we have to go through, and it can only be fought successfully if we do it together and we support each other through it. Um, but without further ado, I'll get into what I did today. It's pretty short, actually, because I didn't really do anything today, except go to my therapist. To get some forms filled out for medical withdrawal for UNCC for this semester, since I missed a lot of class due to this mental disease. And um, yeah, so yeah, I didn't really do anything that much. It's been pretty weird this past night, actually, because I actually did not go to bed actually tonight. I don't know. I'm so disoriented. Um, yeah, I did not sleep. And by the time I realized that I needed to go to bed, it was already like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I just figured, well, if my sleep schedule is already this messed up, I should probably. It's probably my best interest to stay awake throughout the rest of the day and just power through and then hopefully get a good night's sleep tonight, and that's what I'm planning to do. Um, and my new goal, or short-term goal, obviously the long-term goal is to get over depression, but the short-term goal is to fix my sleeping schedule. um, Something insomnia I've been dealing with for a while. It's only gotten, it's been on and off, but it's gotten worse, considering how when I do go to sleep, it doesn't feel restful, so I feel really tired throughout the day, and I just sleep in more, and then half the day is already gone, and I just feel not motivated to do anything and discouraged to do anything. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much what I did today. Um, and yeah, so talking about, so while we're on this topic of insomnia, I figured that we talk about insomnia. Um, Insomnia is I don't I don't know if I have a major case of it, but I do know that I probably have it. Sleep patterns have been very irregular. I'm definitely not getting enough sleep. Um, I don't know if using depression as an excuse is viable, but it it's looking like it. It's from what I've researched. It is a symptom, or it can be a symptom in any case, and unfortunately I have it. Um, and I guess a couple bad things that come from insomnia. One, your health is declining. Um, or it's not really healthy. I don't know if your health is declining because of it, but it's not healthy at all to lose sleep, because you need sleep. Sleep helps you, lets your body recharge and able to fight off bacteria and diseases and illnesses and stuff like that. and by not sleeping, it it's damaging that ability that your body has, as well as it can deteriorate your mental state. Some people can see hallucinations from not sleeping. I haven't experienced that as of late. I did at one point. A funny story. I was working on one of my I think it was my senior or junior pride paper, a paper that we have to write as juniors in high school to that follows up for the graduation project that at Pine Lake that you have to do. And I didn't procrastinate because you really can't procrastinate, but I was working hard and I didn't sleep at all, and I started hallucinating about like a narwhal because for some reason I had narwhals like on my mind or something. I don't know, but but yeah, narwhal Pete the narwhal showed up and he was like guiding me on how to how to help me with my paper. I ended up getting a C, I think, or B. I'm not entirely sure, or maybe an A. I honestly don't. I don't realize. I don't know. But yeah, it was weird. It was trippy, and I thought that I actually thought Pete was just it was just natural, like Pete's just part of the family. Pete's just Pete. So that was an experience. I haven't experienced anything like that yet, or anything disastrous like skeletons or any scary things or stuff like that. So yeah, that was a funny experience about hallucinations from lack of sleep. I told my friends about it. They all started laughing, and it was I started laughing too. It was pretty funny, and it didn't really damage me per se, but yeah, I thought it was a pretty funny, lighthearted story to kind of share. Um, so aside from the health risks that you get from insomnia, I think the worst part for me is that it truly makes you feel alone, in a sense. Especially when you're living by, and actually not really living by yourself, just staying up like throughout the night while everyone else is asleep and it's all quiet and like everyone's sleeping and all that other stuff. It's like it's very lonely actually. Um, from what I've experienced, uh, just 'cause there's no one around to like, there's no one active that you can like talk to, 'cause everyone's asleep, and it's just you and your thoughts, and that can be a really scary thing, especially when dealing with depression. You alone with your thoughts, and letting your dark thoughts take over. It's happened to me multiple times where I let the dark voice inside my head, almost like talking to yourself in a sense, but like it's very weird. It's like I guess the best way to describe it is like the in the cartoons, the angel and demon of your consciousness, like standing on either side of your shoulder and like trying to like guide you on like what's right and what's wrong. It's kind of like that, except instead of the angel, there's just this one devil figure, and it's your mind that's working against you. And that's the worst part about all of this, is that your mind is working against you. It's doing things that think it's making you think that these negative things are a good thing in a sense, and that and it's a powerful thing actually. It really is, like how that like we use like maybe 20% or something like that of our brain, because our body can't handle the full usage of our brain, because the brain can do so much. It can alter like it can alter your organs in a sense. Like for me, it's making my stomach nauseous and like bloated at times, and not really feeling hungry and stuff like that. And it's so powerful, and it's in a sense it is your friend, because It helps you do the things you want to do, but at the same time, it's your enemy. And but insomnia makes it makes you, or not sleeping regularly. For me, it makes me feel lonely because I'm truly alone in a sense. Um, and the worst part about it is that you want to talk to someone, but you don't want to bother them by like waking them up in the middle of the night and being like, "Hey, can we talk?" Because they all have lives, and you gotta respect that. Um, but yeah, insomnia, I'm working on, along with a lot of things that I'm working on, and hopefully I'll overcome this. Maybe tonight, maybe not. Who knows? But now that I'm eating regularly, and I'm gonna try eating some turkey, because I got some like those deli turkey sandwich meat stuff. I heard that turkey helps you sleep better. I'll probably eat like a turkey sandwich or something before I go to bed. Maybe that'll help me sleep better. But yeah, I'm gonna be working on that. Uh, and another thing, I guess, since I didn't really do much today, I figured that I'd talk about two things that have been weighing on my mind, and then ending it once again the video on a positive note. So the second thing I want to talk about is being yourself. A lot of people struggle with being themselves because they're afraid that if they be themselves, they'll get judged harshly on what they like and dislike and how they act, and in a sense they get bullied and isolated from the rest of their friend group. Um, Even though that might not be the case, in some cases, yeah, that'll happen. Um, and I've never personally been through that, mostly because I don't really be myself. I actually don't even know myself in a sense. I know what I like and dislike, but like I feel like I've been wearing a mask for so long that I've forgotten my personality, so I don't know what's real and what's not real. And it's like having an identity crisis in a sense. Um, it's very hard for me to be yourself, to be not be yourself, be myself, because I like things that, again, I like things that most people normally don't like, and most of the things I do like are slightly frowned upon. It's not like I'm doing something majorly bad, but it's frowned upon in society, and it can become a problem at times. Um, and it especially hurts when you're trying to when you're trying to get romantically involved with someone, because most girls nowadays don't really like the things that I like. Some of them do, but most of them don't. Especially the ones that you like, and when you try to make a romantic connection with them, it demoralizes you because you can't be yourself around them, and you put these negative thoughts in your head about like, oh, if I try to act like how I want to act, then sorry, I got a Facebook message from one of my friends, um but it what was I saying? Oh yeah, that's right. It demoralizes you, and it's negative. It's a negative way to think, and it's something that once again I'm trying to overcome. Just trying to be myself and not caring what other people think. And the truth of it all is that you shouldn't care what other people think. And if people care, if people, like random people or people that you don't really talk to, like if they really like honestly and like criticizing you for what you like and dislike, then there's something wrong with them in a sense. Like, either in my mind, either their life isn't like going as planned, and they see someone that like is enjoying their life and they take it out on them just so that they can feel better about themselves, or like they literally have no life and just want to dictate others and be toxic to other people and create this toxic environment and mindset. And it's what I'm about to say is easier said than done, and that's to rise above it and just like ignore them, especially when you have this, because you're constantly thinking about it. I constantly think about it. It plays a part of social anxiety too. Um, like just being judged on what you're interested in and how you behave and stuff. Um, I know for a fact. Oh, I don't know for a fact. I scratched that. I'm very afraid to to really be myself because of being judged, and I still feel that way. What I like and dislike. Um, and it is comforting to know that friends will always be friends and will always be with you through thick and thin and won't judge you on anything. But like, it it's it's a bit difficult when you're in this mindset and this state of mind that that like you think for the worst, and it's not a healthy mindset to be in for sure, definitely, because it only further strengthens your depression a lot. And uh, something that I wanna, I guess, get off my chest. Like I said, I like anime, I like games, um, I like fantasy football. Fantasy football is cool. I don't really like watching TV that much because I find TV boring, especially when you have the internet. I love the internet. The internet it's just a mixture of place. It's filled with information. It's filled with creative minds. Of course, it's also filled with toxic people. It's filled with funny content, and it's a way that you can connect with people in a sense, with social media and all that. But I'm scared to be. I'm very scared. I'm still scared to express myself in this way. Because I always wanted to be that ideal person that like everyone likes, that I can talk to about like a ton of like things that they want to talk about. I basically put the needs of others before the needs of myself, and that's not healthy. It's not a great way of going about things. I like K-pop music, J-pop music, and they're derogatory terms for things that I'm into. Being a weeb, a weeaboo, someone who has who takes this kind of like liking to an extreme degree. Pretty much, they disregard their own culture and think that they are Japanese and such. I don't necessarily approve, because you should respect the Japanese culture and any other culture really without having to like disregarding your own culture. You have to respect both your cultures in a sense. It's cool to like have figurines and stuff and posters and all that. Yeah, that's fine. But like when you completely disregard the culture that you're raised in and have no respect for the culture, and in my understanding, no respect for the culture that you're trying to impersonate, like making assumptions about things without not really researching, just basing all your facts on like anime series and thinking like what they do in anime is like the norm. That's what I really don't approve of, and I'm sorry if I do apologize if I do offend some people who watch this. I don't hate your character, and I don't hate you as a person, because I don't know you as a person. Number one, probably. Number two, like even if you do like are considered a weeb and like have posters and like do all these things that I've described, like, and I know you, then I probably already know your character, and I won't judge you on that. It's what I'm saying right now is just my opinion on the whole matter, because I want to differentiate, I guess get some closure on things, and I don't want to attack anyone. And I do apologize if I do come out as attacking, and just know that I do not mean it in that regard. I just want to. Is this something that's like on my mind and weighing me down to be labeled as such? Um, so yeah, it's just coming out. Not really coming out. Just having this mindset is really, it destroys you in the end. Trying to be someone that you're not, essentially. Just to have a good social standing. And that's another thing. Society, it just, so, like, I for one hate society, to be completely honest. I hate some of the social rules. Some of them, like, I do say some. Most of them I do agree with, because most of them are about, like, human rights and, like, yeah, it's civil rights, human rights, and like generally like how you should act in public. You know, you shouldn't be destructive. You should be, I guess, normal. But at the same time, like having like society, just like it dictates everything, really. Like it just and I hate how it dictates everything, because when you go against society, you're ostracized, you're isolated, and you're just criticized for not following societal rules. And it is demoralizing, and it can cause depression, and it definitely does. It weighs me down. It pressures me to like things that isn't really somewhat socially acceptable. And it's very hard to be yourself, and you put yourself like you have a mask, and then you're so like, and you're playing a character, and it's like you forget who you really are because you're so involved. You're so used to playing this character of being like everyone's perfect person, and it destroys you in the end. So I guess my advice that that I have for myself, and I try to remind myself every day, is that like you should just be yourself and just be happy, like no matter what. Like don't worry about other people, because they don't know you. Like they think that they know you, but they don't. They may have a good sense on your character, and you should just believe in the fact that like they've seen the good qualities of you, and they know some of the bad qualities of you. But as long as they've seen the good qualities, then I think that's all that matters. They shouldn't really be focusing on the bad. They should be focusing on the good. And everyone has a ton of good qualities. Like no matter what, I think. It's just that we're so used to focusing on the negative because it's so easy to focus on the negative, and that we should just keep on remaining positive. Keep on trying to be positive. Yeah, so that's my, I guess, my 2 cents on being yourself, and my personal experience with trying to be myself. It's still a lot of these things that I'm talking about early on, like in the early stages of these videos. They are it is very, it's not really hard to talk about. It's just well, first of all, it's hard to explain at times. Just because my thoughts are all jumbled up and all that. And I think, yeah, it's just very hard to be yourself when you have this. And the best advice that I can give, and the best advice anyone can really give, is just yeah, just be yourself and do what you think makes you happy. and don't let other people dictate your life, because it does destroy you in the end. It did for me. It probably does for you. But as long as you like just accept the fact that you are who you are and there's no way to change it, you just be yourself and be happy. That's all I can really say. And I know it's very hard to work on, but I know you can do it, cuz I'm kind of doing it, and I'm not anyone special. Like, really, I'm just an average guy who likes anime, playing video games, and yeah, just nerding out, having a good time. So I guess the positive thing is that more positive things is that I'm eating well, so that's good. Actually have a little lunchable snack that I'm going to eat after this video, because I am pretty hungry. Um, so I'm gonna gain some weight, I think, and it's been very good eating again. My stomach is somewhat trying to get used to eating again. Um, yeah, and just having these positive vibes, and having old friends, definitely having old friends connecting with me, for sure. Um, and to my old friends, Facebook friends or acquaintances or whatever, I do want to take the time and say I thank you. Um, you don't I don't think you realize how much reaching out to me about this is actually like affecting me positively. Like, it's having a great effect on me. Um, and I know it may be awkward, or you may feel like it's awkward to reach out, but just know that it doesn't have to be it doesn't have to be a well thought out message. It really doesn't. Just saying like hi and asking me how I'm doing, and like just having a conversation and catching up once again is just good enough for me. It's great, because I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you again. I'm reconnecting with you. Um, and that's a great feeling, reconnecting with people. And I encourage everyone to try to do that. And it is awkward at first, because you don't know what to say, but it gets better once you. I guess, yeah. It gets less awkward once you take that first step. And that first step is a simple hi. How are you doing today? Um, so yeah, that's what's been greatly influencing me and motivating me to continue with not only with this video series, but fighting depression. Um, and it should for you, really. It really should. Um, I had actually not too long ago, one of my classmates uh, messaged me today, asking me, "Hey, I haven't seen you in school for a couple months, and I was just wondering how you've been." And I just told him my situation, and it meant a lot to hear him say that. Well, I don't like. I'm sorry that you're going through this, and just know that like I will pray for you, and I will always pray for you, and that I do hope that you overcome this, and that like I know times may be tough, but just know that there are people supporting you, and I do realize that now. Before, not so much. Now I'm beginning to realize this, that there are people bonds. Before I used to break them. I'm gonna nerd out for a bit. There's this character named Sasuke Uchiha. He's from Naruto. He's a very tragic character in a sense that like his whole clan, his family, and all that was destroyed by his older brother. And the only thing that he could do, because he loved his clan and family so much, and he wanted to like, it was a very prestigious clan, one of the great clans in the village, and so him being the son of the head of the clan is kind of like, there was a lot of pressure on him, because he wanted to be a good successor and wanted to make his dad proud and his clan proud and his family proud, and by his brother just taking that all away from him, it led him down a dark path of vengeance, destruction, and long story short, he viewed having friends as a weakness. And when he got paired up with Naruto, who has a similar background, they were both alone. That was their common thing that they shared, is that they were ostracized, um, and they were truly alone, or they felt like they were alone for different reasons, but they still were alone, and they could connect. But by him having this brotherly bond with Naruto, he viewed it as a weakness, and so in his mind, and throughout most of the entire series until the end, he thought that that crushing bonds and going down this path of darkness was the only way to make him stronger. And that's what I thought too. I thought that relying on other people was a sign of weakness, that I couldn't do anything by myself. I wasn't capable of doing anything by myself, which is a double negative in a sense, because you're in this mindset that you're not good enough to do anything by yourself. That furthers your depression. And then when you cut off the bonds and you're alone, that also like furthers your depression even more, because you're alone and you try to break these bonds with people, family members, friends, that you want to be alone, and that like you don't like them anymore, and it's very hurtful and negative. And I did that in the past, when it's senior year of high school, when I was during my grace period, before I went to college in the spring after I graduated. I'm actually, I do regret doing that. I regret it a lot, actually, because in the end they were only trying to help me, and I just said, I don't want your help. I hate you. Go away. Leave me alone. And at the time, it was, to say the least, it was very, I thought that this was the right path, but my friends thought differently, and I do smile and laugh at it at times, because I stopped to think and I realized that I have great friends, really great friends. They never gave up on me, and though they may feel like discouraged, they still pestered me. Yeah, I viewed it as pestering back then, but they were at my they try to talk to me every day, and then IRL and on like via text or like online on Steam and stuff, and they try to get me out to do stuff, and all the while I kept on rejecting them, but they still kept on doing it, and they still keep on doing it. Again, just to note that I don't know if I said this before, I might have, but I don't, when I do decline things, it's not because I don't want to hang out with you and spend time with you. It's just that I have social anxiety and depression, and I feel like at times, and I still feel like this at times, that I will be a burden, because there might be an incident where like I feel uncomfortable and I want to leave and I want to get out and cause an awkward scenario, essentially, with other people, and I kind of want to avoid that awkwardness. So to avoid that awkwardness, I kind of like withdraw into a shell and reject offers to do stuff. And just know that like I don't hate you. I don't dislike hanging out with you. I love hanging out with people. I love being around people. It's just that these insecurities and depression, anxiety and stuff, and stress is just keeping me from doing these things. So I would like for, I guess, to be open-minded of that, and please don't take it too seriously. And if you do, and you told me that it did, I would actually get really saddened by it, because I don't actually mean to like hurt anyone when rejecting these things. It's just this mindset that I'm trying to overcome. But having friends and support and words of encouragement and catching up with old friends and old acquaintances and rebuilding my social community is really lightheartening, and I hope that you guys do the same. I really do. Once again, thank you for taking the time for watching this video, and I do apologize if the content in this video, if it hurt you in some way. I do not mean it. I really don't. Yeah, I don't mean it. And please don't take it to heart. And just always remember that you're not alone in dealing with these things, because I'm going through it, and other people like you are going through it as well, somewhere in the world. It's just, you just gotta look positive, reach out to people, talk to people, seek help, and you'll overcome it one day, maybe faster than others. And if you do recover faster than others, that's great. That really is great. All that I ask of you is that hopefully maybe you help other people so that they can recover, and you keep on doing that. In my case, I wish it would happen fast, but it's not looking that way so far. There is progress being made, and I am being a bit chippier. So that's progress that I'm happy with. So once again, thank you. Once again, thank you for support. Thank you for the kind-hearted messages, and I'll see you tomorrow. Yeah, thank you.